Is called 1v1 Crossways. It's a really fun, fast-paced activity that players love because they get lots of opportunity to dribble 1v1 against a defender and score lots of goals. The setup's very simple. Players are split into two teams. One team, blues in the picture, are at the bottom and they're scoring in the goal at the top. And the other team, yellows, are lined up on the right-hand side of the pitch and they're always scoring in the goal on the left. And every player needs to have a football. In activities like this, where players are in line waiting, it's really important that your lines are as short as possible and players aren't waiting ages for their turn. First of all, it's really boring for the players to be stood waiting, but more importantly for coaches, your players aren't improving, they aren't developing as players while they're stood waiting for their turn, so keep those lines as short as possible. In this image here, we can see 6 players are playing. If you had more players trying to do this activity, say 2 more, even if it was just 2 more players, rather than adding those players, 1 on each line, 1 on the blue team, 1 on the yellow team, we'd now have 8 players. So instead, in the image here of having 6 players, we'd have 4, 2 blues and 2 yellows. And then what we'd do is we'd set up the same activity again somewhere else, and on that pitch you'd also have 2 blues and 2 yellows. So instead of increasing the size of your lines and increasing the waiting time for those players, set up multiple stations of the same activity so your players are getting as much opportunity as possible to practice. Game itself is very simple. The yellow player in the image is the first attacker playing against the blue player trying to score in the goal on the left. As soon as that yellow player has scored, they immediately become the defender and the next blue player at the bottom enters the pitch to attack the goal at the top. And the game continues in that order. Yellow, then blue, yellow, then blue, yellow, then blue, and so on. One of the main benefits of this game is that the starting position of the defenders is always different. Wherever the player shoots from, that's immediately where they start defending from. So the number 8 now has just scored close to the goal. They now have to recover to defend against the red number 7. Likewise, the red number 7 has just scored. They're quite close to the goal again. Number 11, blue, has entered at the bottom of the pitch, so they have to move over and defend from there. That's brilliant because in the game, defenders will often approach attackers from lots of different positions. You'll often see 1v1 training activities where the attacker is starting with the ball and the defender is always positioned directly in front of them, waiting for the attacker to come onto the pitch and start playing. That's fine, but as we know, in the real game, defenders come from lots of different positions. They do defend from in front, but they also defend from behind, from the side, and from different starting distances away. So this activity is excellent. It's a lot more realistic to the game. Each time the attacker comes onto the pitch, they will be facing a defender who will be starting to defend them from a different position, from the left, from the right, from in front, from behind, from close, from far. So brilliant for the defenders. They've got to practice their defending, starting from different positions and being able to recover. Brilliant for the attackers, the dribblers, because they're having to try to find out which dribbling skills are going to be more effective, depending on the position that the defender is defending them from.